going on, guys? I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to join before we start. Today we're gonna go in detail with everything. We're gonna have two parts. We're gonna do tonight's class, and then we're gonna do right after the live trading session. I've spoken about this morning, right? I'm not gonna be here for tomorrow morning, so for that I'm going to compensate for that. We'll do a little Asia session stream. See if we can catch an entry or something here tonight. It's good, Mohammed. So how you doing? Doing pretty good. Doing good. How about yourself? How's your day today? We're gonna give everybody a few minutes and then I'll start. Yeah, man, those 372s are game changers. Once you can see that, game over for the fucking market makers. 372 is one of the easiest, but it's also one of the most technical trades to trade. Alright, we're gonna start. So, since we're on Friday, right, I'm not gonna go over super technical details. What I'm gonna be looking at, again, since it's Friday, strictly what I'm gonna be looking at is just 372s, right? 372s and where are we in the pattern, right? So to give you guys the example again, AU we are in a complete downtrend, market makers downtrend, right? So the two things I want to look at is obviously again the 372, where are we in the continuations for the week, and then also where are we in the zones, right? So AU, since it's a pair that we want to see price go down, obviously we want to be at the top of the zones and not at the bottom, right? So we finally reached the bottom of the 4-hour zone. We had a 4-hour break, broke below, gave us a retest, which was the entries for yesterday and today, right? For prices that continue to go down. So now at this point, again, the entry that was really for the week was the entry that was given yesterday during the Asia session to just flow for the entire day, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower lows to where we're at now. So could we still get another day of where price is gonna go down? Absolutely, right? But the fact that we're at the bottom of the 4-hour zone already, I'm not really too enticed into looking at this pair at this point. So AU for me already for this week already completed the weekly move, completed the moves for that it needed to make for the week. Right at this point, I am still expecting AU to give me that uptrend pattern to close this imbalance or the gap here at the top. Right, we also have a 4-hour engulfing, we have a 1-hour engulfing, we have lower low, lower high, lower low to where we're at now. Right, could we potentially see price make a lower high, give us a pullback for price to go back up, give us a lower high? Absolutely, and that's what I think is price is what's gonna do. So with that being said, AU, since we're not trading counter, we're going to I'm just gonna skip it. And again, since it's Friday, that's why I'm also just being very strict, understanding that I'm just gonna be trading continuations for today. I'm gonna be just looking at the pairs that make the most sense. USDCAD made the low and pushed up. Yep, it created that anchor and then pushed up. CHFJPY did the same thing, right? 3 days counter drop on the 4th day today, right? Created that low, gave us an anchor point, lower low, lower high, higher low, boom, higher high. CHF JPY also, like, right, all these pairs, that's what I wanted to say this morning, right? All these pairs, AU for example against CHF JPY, those were two trades back to back on two different pairs that we would have taken if obviously if it was present at the time that we were trading. So it's just kind of unfortunate that the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, a lot of pairs have just been moving super early, but obviously drawing it out and then seeing it play the way we wanted to is just extra confluence and extra confirmation for when the time is right to start looking for trades, we'll be ready. So CHF JPY is going to be one on my list for today, right? We're already seeing how price is consolidating, so we already know that these trades are going to be easy for today. Only thing I do not like about it is the fact that we're in the middle of the 4-hour zone, right? Again, this is a pair where we had these lows were respected until here, right? So technically we did break and we made a lower low, right? And we're trading between the high and the low that we have now here. Now, was it a break of the low, a break of structure low? No, it tested the lows. It wasn't a clean break, but since we did close below, I am going to change this as my 4-hour low, right? We know that we're trading between the 4-hour low and that 4-hour high. So now already we can see how price is moving sideways. So we already know we'll be looking for and expecting either a type 1, type 2, or a type 3 pattern. We just got to be patient, wait it out. We'll see. EURCAD is still consolidating, right? So definitely one that I'm just going to be skipping over. I'm not even going to be looking at. EURUSD also, right? Hasn't broken above. Remember what I was telling you guys the other day? We drew this out. We said it. If price doesn't break above, what are we going to see? We're just going to see price consolidate. Alright, and that's exactly what price is doing, just consolidating, right? We're trading between this high and this low. Price came back into the POI that was yesterday's entry for Wednesday to continue to the top side. Right, again, failed to break the highs, went back down to the low. Retested the 4-hour lows, started going right back up again. So Euro USD, we'll skip it and we'll be back for this all next week. Alright, we could already be just set up for what our trading session is going to be looking like for next week. Right, Euro USD still making lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. It was a change of character. Still trading between the low and the high. Right, so at this point we already know what we're looking for is for price to break above here. Right, and then we'll see this type of trend happening. Once we break, get a retest. Once we get on that retest, we wait for price to continue to push up. We could already see as well price is consolidating, so again we already know we'll be looking for either a type 1, type 2, or a type 3 pattern on Euro USD. We're actually going to keep this on for the week. We'll see how it goes. GJ, right, we have 2 days of rise. Today being the third day already gave us this new high, already at the top of the 4-hour zone. At this point, right, could we expect price to give us a pullback? I don't know. We still gotta wait. Still playing within the highs right now at this point in the 30-minute time frame. We have a green and what would be considered a red engulfing if we could close below 25 seconds. Let's see how this closes. It's good, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Right, in the 1 hour, it could have given us an engulfing. Closed above, didn't give us an engulfing. 30-minute also did not. 15-minute, nothing. 5-minute, nothing. So, still waiting. GJ, we have 3 days of rise. Today's the third day. Right, we're already at the top of the 4-hour zone as well. Is this where price is going to give us this pullback that we were looking at? Because at one point, we're in the middle of the zone, right? No trade zone. What we're looking for is for price to either give us a retest to then start the downtrend push, or for us to get this break above the 4-hour zone retest to start and to continue this uptrend push to close this gap at the top of the zones. So at this point again, it's just being patient, just waiting. We'll see. GU, kind of the same situation, right? Gave us a little test below, started trending right back up to the top side. Gave us a day of drop, right? Gave us actually rise, right, on the third day, which was today, gave us a rise drop. right? So could we be expecting the 4th day variation and give us another day of rise tomorrow? Yes, could be something we're expecting. We'll be looking for something like this. GU is also good for today. US30 give us 1 day of rise, 2 days of rise. On the 3rd day gave us another day of rise. So we're on the, didn't break above the 4-hour zone, didn't break above the engulfing zone, didn't break above our 30-minute zone. Right, so could we be expecting price to, after 3 days of rise, market must chop or drop, right? So it could be an interesting trade for the morning NYC session. USDCAD, we had 2 days of counter drops today. On the 3rd day gave us a drop no net. Right, went up to the 50% of consolidation as we spoke about yesterday. Right, this could be just a type 3 pattern for a downtrend to continue this downtrend push to cover this imbalance on the left hand side. Right, the reason why USDCAD just still didn't push up is, again, if we zoom out, we're at the top of our 4-hour zone, right? We're trapped in a zone of consolidation. So the fact that we failed to break above the highs, right, price started trending down. We're expecting price to go into a type 3 pattern, which was consolidation, break below, come back 50% of consolidation, to then go down again. Push 1, push 2, looking for that next push to the bottom. But again, this is down, we're USDCAD, this is counter trend going down. So I'm not looking to trade this. But again, we are just mapping it out. Once they're ready to move, then we'll start trading. Alright, so USDCAD I'm going to be turning off. Gold, right? We have a day of no net, and today we have, I just want to make sure I'm on the right candle. We have another day of no net. Price is moving sideways. Right, so not a big fan of trading in the middle of the zones, guys. Again, what I'm expecting, what I wanted to see was price to break above to continue this uptrend push to close the imbalance again that we're looking for here on the left side of the screen, to then start the downtrend rally again, right? But again, at this point, since we're in the middle of the zone, just consolidating, not gonna be looking at it. USD CAD, why did I turn it off? We have 2 days of drop. Today, the 3rd day counter drop, right? Drop no net. What are we expecting? Another day of drop. USDCAD is when we're trading what? Market makers pattern, uptrend. So trading this going short would be counter trend. Now we could be looking at this like, there's 2 ways we could look at this, right? And I drew this out earlier this week, and I took it off, but we'll talk about it again, which is 800 EMA, right? Yes, we're on the 800 EMA. This is where price should be respecting for price to then continue to trend up. But again, what's the difference now that I see between what we were seeing yesterday, right? Yesterday, we were seeing lower low, lower high, lower low, right? If price, I'm sorry, lower high, lower low, right? If price would have broken above here and would have done something like this, and then given us this pullback to where we're respecting these lows, then I would have been like, okay, yes, this is where price is gonna do something like this after 3 days of drop, right? But the fact that we had 3 days of drop, on the 3rd day we had a drop no net, right? The highs failed to break above, right? Gave us a wick, is giving us a confirmation that price is not ready to go up yet, right? Keeping it simple, what we're looking for is either for price to break below these lows to continue to go down, which is again fine because we have this imbalance on the left side of our screen, right? And then this is where we'll see price turn around, right? But if today, obviously, if today we want to see price go up, which will be fine, we want to see a break above these highs for then price to do this, right? But regardless, right now taking a trade off these lows just aren't as, they're not as viable as taking a trade up here, because again, what are we still doing? Lower lows and lower highs. I hope that makes sense. We still haven't gotten a change of character, we still haven't gotten a break of structure, so there's nothing on USDCAD. And again, remember what I said, I'm doing this mostly so we could start looking at trades now in Asia session, right? So maybe in the morning USDCAD, if USDCAD, obviously if it starts trending to the top side during NYC, if during NYC we're up top here, then we'll start looking at this maybe for another continuation. But again, either way, we start looking at STP and putting the pieces together, 44 is STP for USDCAD. If we get up to this high for the day, that'll already be STP. So if that's done by the time NYC session starts, then obviously this trade, it'll be done. But if it gives us a break of structure by the end of today, which will be the end of Friday, then we already know that Sunday, Monday to start the week, this is when we'll start looking for price to go up. But again, I highly doubt that this is what's going to happen, because we have this imbalance on the left side of the screen, right? Just like every other pair that we're pretty much looking at, right? Like if GU, for example, why wouldn't I be looking for GU to go down? Is because we have this imbalance on the top of the screen, right? Which one? I think EU, same thing. EU, why wouldn't I be looking for this to continue to go down? Again, we have this imbalance on the top of the screen. But why am I the same situation as USD CAD? Why am I not so proactive on trading this at this moment? Is because look how many times price rejected the highs, right? So we have to wait for price to develop and let us know what's going on. Because if we were to trade this right now, like again, just look at the last 24 hours, right? Price rejected the high and then shot down, right? Giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, right? And now price is in the lower high. So everybody now who's getting, oh, price is gonna go up now on Euro USD because that's what we're waiting for. If you get in too early, right, and price just spikes down, right? Again, did you lose because of probabilities, or did you lose because you don't know what you're trading, right? And then vice versa for trades going short, you know, and if it shoots going long. Because again, yes, you have a change of character in a lower low, lower, or in a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, but you got no you have no BOS retest for this short to be confirmed, right? You also have, you know, again, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Once we had this low that swept, right, came back to the 4-hour zone, right? Once price started spiking up already, once we swept the lows, gave us that push to the bottom, right? Already understanding what does this look like, right? Again, flag post pattern, the Fibonacci retracement, again, type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern. There's so many things here that could happen, and we're just putting the pieces of the puzzle together. If this continues to consolidate between 23.6 and 38.2, and we'll add the fib levels, right? If this continues to trend between 23.6 and 38.2, then we know that there's going to be a possibility that price is going to do what? Continue to go up and do the flag post pattern. If it disrespects the 23.6 and 38.2, then we could be expecting for what? For price to continue to trend down. And we saw this all week this week. All week, literally from Monday to today. We've seen the most what happens when a flag post pattern works out and when it doesn't work out. And we've seen it happen live as to why it does and why it doesn't. So it's just again about being patient. So that's the reason why for USD CAD. What about EA? I'll do EA last since it's not on our list. But I think I'm done, right? I did gold already, and then Bitcoin. Obviously, 3 days of rise already gave us a third day. So make sure you hit the like button. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys join the Discord too. I'll post the link after we go over this. So EA, right? 2 days of rise, perfect. Third day already was given with this high that was here for the beginning of the Asia session. And we're also at the top of our 30-minute zone. So same thing we've been going over for all week this week, right? Same analysis. The only entry point we have that's valid was down here. Our next entry point that's going to be valid is once we break above the 30-minute high. Once we break above our 30-minute high, then we can start looking for price to continue to go up. But again, we just gotta wait it out, because again, we're at the daily, even in the daily, right? We're at the top of our consolidation, right? And we are in the middle between the 4-hour, right? Same thing I said this morning. We're in the middle of a 4-hour high and 4-hour low. So in the 30-minute time frame, again, the only valid entries we'll have is anytime we're at the bottom of the zones. So again, I drew this for you, man. There's no way that nah, I'm not gonna say that. That's not. I'm lying. But I did draw this, so this was the blueprint for you for this week. EA is one of those pairs that should have been looking. We should have turned this on last week when you first told me to go over this, when we first started mapping it out, because I did tell you, I'm like, damn, I like how EA is looking. But literally, I only have this chart marked up for you. I'm not even lying. How was USDCAD? USDCAD was good. Literally playing out perfectly to everything that we've been that we've been marking out for the last pretty much for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's today's class. Like I said, not really too much. Right, that wasn't too much information today since it's Friday. Just wanted to see the continuations. And yeah, possibly see something now during Asia. But let me know if there's any other pairs, anything else you guys want me to go over. Let me know. If not, we'll see you on Sunday. Remember, I'm not gonna be available tomorrow morning, so we'll be back Sunday, 11 a.m. DOP USD. I can't. My VPN doesn't work. I can't do DOP USD. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll give it to him in the morning. All right, my brother. All right, hit you up in the morning, my brother. Good night. Good night.